Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today, we are going to talk about, or I'm going to talk about and review, the newest selection in Peter's book club, which is Diana Rowland's My Life as a White Trash Zombie. Okay, now, you have to know, first of all, that we took a 3-week hiatus from the book club because so many people were saying they were behind, or I was behind. Mel was my assistant. She was way ahead, so she wasn't behind at all. But I was behind, and a lot of other people were saying, I'm behind, blah, 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 whatever. Yesterday, I put up the reading schedule for the book club, so if you want to see all the books that we're going to read, go check it out. Several people in there were a little disappointed about some of the books, and I just want to say, you know, there's never going to be a perfect pick for books, if that makes sense. I'm never going to be able to pick a book that nobody's read and everybody's interested in. I will say this, the whole idea of a book club, right, is to go in there and maybe try some books that you've never read before, that you really have no desire to read or wouldn't normally read on your own. And so when we suggest these books as, you know, reading, when these are the books that we're reading for the book schedule, I'm not asking you to fall in love with them. I'm asking you maybe just to try a little bit of it if you would like to, you know. So, I mean, there's books on there that I'm not super excited about reading, but other people have mentioned them. I've heard great things about it, so we'll see, you know what I mean? But anyway, and the reason I mention this is because this book, My Life as a White Trash Zombie, was a book that was, like, recommended to me so many times, and I had never read it, and I thought, well, I love zombie books, first of all, and I love, you know, like, End of the World books and stuff like that. Apocalyptic books. Anyway, I love all of that. But I was like, this book, and I think maybe it's because of the cover, if you can see it, I thought it's so cheesy, it's just not going to be that good at all. And I finished it in 3 days. It is so fantastic, you guys. Let me read you the background first. Angel Crawford is a loser. Living with her alcoholic deadbeat dad in the swamps of southern Louisiana, she's a high school dropout with a pill habit and a criminal record who's been fired from more crap jobs than she can count. Now on probation for a felony, it seems that Angel will never pull herself out of the downward spiral her life has taken. That is, until the day she wakes up in the ER after overdosing on painkillers. Angel remembers being in a horrible car crash, but she doesn't have a mark on her. To add to the weirdness, she receives an anonymous letter telling her there is a job waiting for her at the county morgue, and that it's an offer she doesn't dare refuse. Before she knows it, she's dealing with a huge crush on a certain hunky deputy and a brand new addiction, an overpowering craving for brains. Plus her morgue is filling up with the victims of a serial killer who decapitates his prey just when she's hungriest. Angel's going to have to grow up fast if she wants to keep this job and stay in one piece, because if she doesn't, she's dead meat, literally. And she actually uses that saying in the book too, dead meat. I'm gonna be dead meat, literally. Now, I will tell you, I will probably, after the book club, we're gonna do a live stream on, I think it's the 9th. So on the 9th, we're gonna do, is it the 9th? I can't remember. The 19th? I don't know, I listed it yesterday. It's on the Goodreads account. Go follow the Goodreads, what do you call it? The Goodreads book club, Peter's book club, and it has Mel, my assistant, has put all of the listings over there. Thank you, Mel. You are fantastic. I don't know what I would do without you, but she has when the live stream is listed, and she's actually sent out all the invitations for it. We're gonna read it then. And the next book that we're reading is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So after the live stream, I'm going to do a spoiler review of this book because I really want to talk about it in depth. And I actually, last night, may have downloaded the sequel on Audible. There's 6 books in the series, and I'm so excited about reading the whole series. It kind of ends on this note that you're like, you so want to find out what happens next. Like, so many of the pieces are brought together. It's not left on a cliffhanger. She ties everything up. There's a mystery that goes on throughout the book. The mystery is solved. You find out some things about other people. Everything that you want to know is tied up at the end of the book. Diana Rowland does a fantastic job as a storyteller. And, you know, I talk often on my videos that there's a difference to me between a storyteller and a fantastic writer. She's a little bit of both. Her writing skills are really up to par. I mean, she's a fantastic writer, but her storytelling skills are just unbelievable as well. I mean, this is literally, if you don't have a problem with zombies, because I will tell you there are parts of it at the beginning when it's a little gory, talking about brains and all this kind of stuff. She's like, so I said in here that she gets a job at the city morgue. So she's like in there during autopsies, and they explain she explains like in detail what it's like going through this autopsy, and she's like, I can't believe I'm not fainting. I can't believe I'm not fainting. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to faint, you know? So anyway, but it's done so well. And it's not just a zombie book. And, you know, there's so much more to it than this. And I was thinking about it yesterday because I compared it to Rhiannon Frater, who wrote As the World Dies series. And what reminds me a lot of her writing as well is that past the zombie story, it's kind of like The Walking Dead. You know, it's like past past the zombie story, there's like a story of humanity that goes on. And in this book, it talks very much about addiction. It talks about family members of people that are addicted. It talks about devastating effects and consequences of addiction. It talks about poor relationships, you know, that we're in and how to get out of them and things like that. It talks about family issues. It's just done so fantastically well. And so it weaves a little bit of the zombie story into who Angel Crawford really is as a person. And once you read it, I think what you really become enticed by or whatever is that you fall in love with Angel Crawford, not really the fact that she's a zombie. Like, yes, it's interesting, but I personally would read another book about Angel Crawford even if she wasn't a zombie, if that makes sense. So it's very interesting, and, you know, Diana Rowland, the author, kind of weaves through the book little details that you don't really know why they play into it until the very end. She's so good with, I mean, I have to tell you, like, there was a halfway mark. Mel, my assistant, she's a friend. Mel, my friend, she had finished it long before I did, and so we were texting back and forth, and I was like, does blah, 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 don't tell me. Do you ever do that with your friends? Or like, blah, 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 or like, okay, I want to see this movie, but don't tell me, but I want to know, don't tell me. And she, like, I could tell by her answer, she was like, or maybe it was when we were talking on the phone, I don't know, but she was like, and I was like, oh my God, I know, I totally figured it out. But it doesn't happen the way that I thought it would happen, so I don't even know how to talk about this in a way that's spoiler-free. It's fantastic, okay? And I would say, you know, a lot of people ask me often, like, what's the age group for this book? There was nothing truly highly inappropriate in it. I mean, it kind of discussed some issues that I think are probably more for high school students, but it wasn't horribly inappropriate, any of it. I mean, except for that it's about zombies eating brains and things like that. And so, but at the bottom of it all, it's really about a girl that got a second chance. And it's really about a girl that, through her becoming a zombie, got a second chance in life. And she really wants to clean up her act and become a better person. So it's really an encouraging story. It's really, I don't know, it just is really a great story. And I can't wait to read the rest of the series. So go check out my book club. It's listed below. Go sign up for it. Even if you don't want to read any of the books, come in, guest in the live stream, be in there. It's really fun. It will be Sunday at 4 p.m. on, I think it's the 19th. So it's listed over there. I gave this book, are you ready for this? I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't think when I finished it that there was anything more she could have done with this book. I thought it was so well done. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. I'm getting so many responses from people that are like, I loved it too. I just didn't expect to, but I loved it too. And I actually found this at Half Price Books. So anyway, let me know what you thought about the book if you've read it in the conversation. I'm calling comment sections conversation sections now. So let me know in the conversation section below what you thought about this book if you've read it. If you haven't, you still have a lot of time to read it with us for the book club. It's on your Kindle. It's on Books A Million, Half Price Books, Thrift Books. It's everywhere. You can buy it. And it is really that good. I'm telling you, you will really enjoy it. So I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.